Oh my god. You guys, Mars Argo is coming back. Now, a lot of you guys probably heard of Poppy, the girl who went viral from simply saying, I'm Poppy.
I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy.
And she has a ton of videos of herself just saying a single sentence.
Sometimes I wish I could just make myself disappear.
Yeah, well, before there was Poppy, there was Mars Argo, whom I personally prefer.
Delete your Facebook.
Okay, how do I compare the two? Mars Argo is like Bruce Almighty. Great movie. And Poppy, like Evan Almighty. Not so much. Mars Argo is like Borat, and Poppy is like Bruno. Oof. Chale, no tan buena la película, ¿verdad? Okay, are my references too outdated? What's going on? Why is nobody laughing? How about this one? Mars Argo is the Krusty Krab, and Poppy is the Chum Bucket. That's a dead meme, Edwin! Anyway, so what these two share in common is a man that goes by the name Titanic Sinclair. Titanic made some really cool videos with Mars Argo for about 6 years until all of a sudden they stopped uploading mysteriously and Mars Argo was just nowhere to be seen, and out of nowhere came Poppy. A lot of people, including myself, were wondering what the hell happened to Mars Argo because she had seemingly disappeared, yet Titanic was still here with Poppy. And a lot of Mars Argo's videos were just off of YouTube. I mean, 6 years of uploading onto YouTube so many videos and out of nowhere just disappearing, not tweeting anything, no Tumblr post, nothing. Nobody knew anything about her, you know, and Titanic wouldn't say anything. Everything got really fishy until now. We finally have some answers in the form of a lawsuit. Mars Argo is suing Titanic and Poppy for identity theft. I mean, not like literally identity theft, but basically copying her so much, and also domestic violence damages. Whew, this stuff gets really detailed. I'm gonna like go through the whole document for you guys. So grab a cup of tea and sit tight, cause I'm reading this article off of TMZ, which I'm sure, you know, Mars Argo gave it to them for publicity. But hey, more power to you. You know, honestly, after all this, I'm cheering her on. The lawsuit calls them by the real names, Brittany Sheets and Corey Mixter, which sounds a little basic. So I'm gonna stick to Mars Argo and Titanic, cause that's way cooler. I mean, seriously, good job on the pseudonames, guys. So Mars and Titanic started dating in 2008, and they eventually made a YouTube channel in 2009 that was active until 2015. Despite their channel taking off, Mars was enduring emotional abuse and manipulation from Titanic. In January 2014, Mars confronted Titanic about his recurrent infidelity and broke up with them. Yes, girl, break up with that cheater! She proposed that they could continue working on the YouTube channel together and still do stuff online as long as it was strictly professional. Now, this did not sit well with him. So he began to repeatedly harass, stalk, threaten, and abuse Mars, including but not limited to threatening suicide, repeatedly showing up unannounced at her doorstep, breaking into her apartment, stalking her every move on social media, disparaging her to her mutual friends, acquaintances, and others in the industry, and even physically assaulting her. Alright, so this is a part where the lawsuit gets into detail as to how he was abusing her. So just a warning again, prepare yourself. It's intense. Titanic constantly insulted her intellect and denigrated and degraded her in public and in private. He repeatedly told her that she was getting old and that she needed him to be successful in her career. If Mars had an opportunity to collaborate on an outside project, Titanic would belittle the opportunity or speak poorly on the person or project so that Mars would in turn feel doubt or distrust. Titanic would then advise her on how to respond to the opportunity or even take it upon himself to draft a response for her to turn down the project. Bro, this is manipulation at its finest. It is so, oh my god, hearing this just irks me so mad. It's so horrible. This is such a controlling thing to do, and it's very common in relationships too. So honestly, like, you could be watching this and not even know that this is happening to you, where someone's like going through your phone and saying, here, you should type this. Actually, look, I'll tell you what to say. Now, even though she was enduring all this abuse from Titanic and they were already broken up romantically, like, she still wanted to work on Mars Argo. You know, it was like their little band, their little YouTube channel. So she still wanted to keep it strictly professional, but like, it would just keep getting worse and worse until she said, we need to take a break. And this is around the time that she noticed that he met this girl called Mariah Rose, who we now know as Poppy. So here's where things start to get fishy between Mars Argo and Poppy. Mars Argo naturally has a higher pitched voice, and she was always sporting a bleach blonde hair look.
Hey, look it, I'm a swan.
Poppy originally had dark brown hair and had a not so high pitched voice.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
But when she started doing Poppy, she deleted all of her old videos because she was actually a YouTuber. She did like country music, and it's really hard to find these videos. She performed at Playlist Live. What do more people remember her? I'm afraid to even show this on my video because I'm afraid that she's gonna come down on me and try to take down my video too. Anyway, so around the time that Poppy released her first video, which was of course really similar to the way that freaking Mars Argo looked, Titanic literally broke into Mars Argo's house. Like, she's got a picture on here of the broken window. A few weeks later, Titanic broke into Mars's apartment when she was not home and went onto her computer to log into her Facebook account and block new friends of hers. What? Now again, this is November 2014, but at this point they had both already made a music video for their song Using You, and they couldn't just not release it, you know, because it was in the works, the music video. And I've seen the music video, it's one of my favorite. It's such a good song, everything about it, I love it. And so they released it on January 13, 2015.
What's with these?
Oh man, I can tell you firsthand, it's pretty awkward to like upload something that you're proud of even though you're fighting with someone. Shortly after, Titanic once again broke into her apartment while seemingly intoxicated and began smashing her wine glasses one by one. I guess he didn't mind that she was taking pictures of him casually breaking wine glasses. On April 2nd, 2015, Titanic broke into her courtyard and texted her a picture of himself sitting outside her door on her doormat after midnight. The message was threatening and said, "You probably blocked me, so fuck you, you bitch. I'm publicly tweeting about our relationship. You blocked me, so I showed up." Bruh. When Titanic learned of Mars Argo's plans to go into a studio to pursue a solo venture, he became violent. During the last week of April 2015, Titanic showed up unannounced and approached Mars Argo outside the gate of her home and viciously punched her in the face. What the hell? He then followed her through the gate, through the courtyard, and to her apartment door. Mars quickly ran inside her apartment, locked herself inside, and yelled for Titanic to leave. These actions terrified her, but she was too afraid to report the incident to the police out of fear that he might do something worse. Shortly after the assault, in May 2015, Titanic took numerous actions aimed at isolating and intimidating Mars Argo, including but not limited to emailing and texting her disturbing messages, writing additional lyrics about her, copying her ideas and work as Mars Argo, posting photos he knew she would recognize. If he could not work with her, he did not want anyone else to either. This part is actually just kind of sad because Mars Argo's solo project was going to be called Guppy, and when Titanic learned about this, he wrote and uploaded a song to YouTube called Guppy. And the lyrics are directly aimed at her. I remember listening to the song and I was like, oh my god, I hate that this is so catchy because this is, the lyrics are so manipulative and horrible. I could literally make a whole video analyzing the song and how manipulative and horrible it is. It is so like sarcastic, like just dissing her. Talking about how she's on her father's credit card. Oh yeah, you must be so stressed out. And the chorus, all I ever wanted to do was to love you and to need me the same way that I needed you. Oh, it must be weird being 27 years old without a clue. Dude, hold on. Anyone that's in their mid-20s knows how stressful it is to be in your mid-20s. Don't be dissing her, especially if she was insecure about it. And then he says, but maybe you'll figure it out. I thought you might 8 years ago too. Like, literally, this is so fucked up. You'll get it, though. Like, you know, I mean, I thought you'd get it 8 years ago, but anyway, I don't want to completely go off on that song because that just irks me so much. And he also uploaded another song called Trust Fund where he just disses her for being, I guess, a trust fund baby. I don't know, I guess her parents are wealthy, so he just disses her. But I don't get it because if it wasn't for her dad, Mars Argo would never be a thing at all. He's the one that funded the whole project. Whew, okay, moving on, back to Poppy. Around May 10, 2015, Poppy posted a photo taken by Titanic in which she's wearing Mars Argo's jacket. Poppy now not only looked and sounded like Mars Argo, but was also wearing her actual clothes. Oh boy, this is where all the imitation happens. It's crazy because I actually know someone that did this to someone really close to me. In September 2015, Titanic posted a creepy, distorted drawing of Mars Argo's mom, Diane, to his Instagram saying, I drew my mom Diane tonight. I miss my mom. Titanic, or Corey Mixer's mom, is not named Diane, but Mars Argo's mom is. In December 2015, Mars Argo finally stopped posting on all her social media because she was fed up with feeling like harassed and that all her work was being copied. She believed that the only way to stop being harassed and threatened by Titanic was just kind of disappear. But just because she disappeared in December 2015, it doesn't mean that Poppy didn't continue her legacy. But not really. It's not really continuing her legacy when you're like blatantly copying her without her permission, you know? Look at these pictures. It seemed as if everything about Mars Argo was being just completely sucked out of her creatively, you know? So I feel like Mars Argo felt like if she did something, she would then be like correlated with Poppy, and she didn't want that. She didn't want to be connected to someone that she didn't even know that well at all. It's just kind of sad that she just gave up. And you know, that's the worst part because it's not a direct copy, and maybe you can like claim influence or like, oh, you don't own these words, but like there's just so many striking resemblances. Like how long are you gonna claim that you're original when you're copying so much? And I'm talking to all the poppies across the world who just copy other people blatantly. Stop. The lawsuit goes on to quote articles that have compared the two, and I can only imagine how Mars Argo just wants to get away from that. She doesn't want to be associated with either of them, you know? Someone tweeted me saying, I feel bad for Poppy because who knows, she might be a victim in this too since Titanic basically created her concept. And you know, that's possible, but Mars Argo is not having it. It says here that she's seeking damages from Poppy for being a knowing accomplice to Titanic's unlawful actions in deliberately copying, stealing, and appropriating Mars Argo's identity, style, aesthetic, likeness, expression of ideas, content, and work as Mars Argo and her own work as Poppy. And I mean straight up, like if you're Poppy and you're noticing that you're doing all these things that like the ex-girlfriend of your new, I don't know if they're dating or manager or partner are doing, like that would be a knowing accomplice. Whew, this was a loaded video, guys. When I first found out about this, I saw a couple people just like read the TMZ headline and I'm like, wait, the TMZ headline, if you actually click on it, it's got the whole document. So then I'm reading it for you guys because a lot of people didn't really read it, but there's still more that I didn't read for you guys, but I just read like the juiciest bits. I'm truly inspired by this because I'm in a stage in my life where I don't want to take shit from anyone, you know, and I think this is fantastic of her to stand up for herself like this, you know. Sometimes it takes a little lawsuit to put people straight because some people are so delusional and stuck in their own head that they'll never get it, you know? Heck, I had to sue an old friend and I don't think he still gets it, so what can you do? But how do you guys feel about all this? Do you think we should hashtag sink the Titanic? Or I don't know what the other hashtag would be, but honestly, okay, just because there's a lawsuit on one side, I'm sure there's like another side to the story, you know? Maybe Mars Argo is not completely truthful, but there is some pretty damning evidence on her side. I'm curious to see how this all develops. And I hope you guys enjoyed this last minute video. I know it was a little different because like, there was just so much juicy stuff that I couldn't just leave out, you know? As a fan of Mars Argo, I couldn't not do a video on this. Plus, I want to make more videos in general, you know? So if I have an idea, if I want to make a video about something, I'm gonna try to hop on it, you know, and just stay motivated. Just keep uploading on YouTube. Thank you. Don't forget to drop me a like, and I'll see you guys this weekend. Cheers.